I'm David, and I'm 21.
Hi, David. I feel like you're a little old to be doing whatever you're about to explain that you just did. Did that sentence make any sense? No. I have a headache, guys, and every time I have a headache, I keep convincing myself I have coronavirus, so pray for me. Can I say that early in a video? Am I gonna get demonetized? Whatever. Hi. What's up? I have a headache, and this is probably gonna make it worse. I spent the night at Kylie Jenners house. I saw everything. Sounds an awful like that one video I made like 2 years ago that blew up and then everyone like copied it, and sometimes I forget it started that trend and it's still happening to this day. That's insane. Anyway, let's watch. Subscribe. I probably won't start any more trends. I ran out of brain power. Let's go.
Do you have an idol who you'd be ready to do something crazy for?
Yes, and I don't want to say or admit who it is. Actually, you already know. It's Logan Paul. Okay, moving on.
More than anyone, I love Kylie Jenner. From morning till night, I leaf through her Instagram pics and watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I mean, you don't really get any insight into Kylie Jenner's life, right? She just posts pics of her looking insane, and she's rarely on Keeping Up with the Kardashians anymore. Like, I have no idea what she's like as an actual person. I have no clue.
I even have a collection of magazines which interviewed or mentioned her and her beauty products.
That's her on the left. Maybe in 70 years.
If this seems a little ridiculous or strange to you, then you'll be completely blown away by my story.
You know what, judging by the title, I'm not entirely sure I want to know, but I guess I've done worse things.
I don't know how not to like Kylie. Most of my colleagues, and even my friends, laugh at me because of it. None of them got upset when she started dating the rapper Tyga. And none of them were as overjoyed.
Bruh, Tyga really does look like an AirPod.
I was when they broke up. Were they blind? To be honest, I didn't even care that much about their jokes. Kylie is the coolest girl in the world, and I just knew one day that we would meet. I thought about it and came to the realization, to get Kylie's attention, I needed to get on the Forbes Top 100 list or walk on the red carpet at a Hollywood event.
Yeah, because that's super easy. Let me just become billionaire real quick, you know, get Kylie Jenner's attention. No big deal. And honestly, I was looking through the Forbes list like a few days ago, and there are so many billionaires. I didn't think that was that many. It kind of freaked me out, actually. Maybe one day.
This wouldn't even be that big of a problem. I'd just become a famous actor. I mean, just because I'm delivering pizzas at the moment doesn't mean I couldn't become a huge star. Lots of celebrities started out almost homeless. To make my dream come true, I started acting class and started going to auditions. I wasn't very lucky, and sometimes I thought I'd be delivering pizza for the rest of my life. But I had to remember the positives, that I live just 30 miles from Hollywood, that I'm a decent-looking guy, and that I also have a talent to be able to do lots of different voices.
So you're gonna do all of this just so you can meet Kylie Jenner? Like, you don't actually want to follow any real passions or ambitions you have in your life? I mean, different strokes for different folks, you know, but I feel like this is a little extreme and maybe you should invest in some psychiatric help. But it's coming from me, I mean. I should probably also invest in some psychiatric help. Subscribe, please.
The casting agents were never that impressed when I did voices, but my customers of my pizza job were just thrilled. Imagine answering the intercom and hearing Pierce Brosnan tell you your anchovy pizza has arrived. I could have gotten great tips for my talents if I hadn't been delivering pizza to the wretched outskirts of Los Angeles, where only students and blue-collar workers live.
Bruh, I don't think there is any ratchet outskirts of Los Angeles. As much as I love LA, don't get me wrong, the whole thing is scary. You could be in Beverly Hills and there are still crackheads trying to murder you. I always feel very on edge there.
My time was going to come one day. A colleague of mine fell sick, and for a couple of days, I covered their route, delivering pizzas to the wealthiest areas of the city. I was getting ready for another order when my boss called me over. David, today is your lucky day. Guess who just ordered a pizza? Kylie Jenner.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Do you think Kylie Jenner orders pizza actually thinking about it? Do you think she has like a private chef? She definitely has a private chef, but like, do you think she just orders like Domino's on the regular? There's no way. She looks like insane. Anyway, I'll stop questioning it.
My jaw dropped at the news. Fortunately, I had washed my hair just that morning, and I looked amazing. My chance had finally come. I also remembered my little hidden camera I bought for casting and auditions. Oh, how useful I was that day. Once the pizza was ready, I went over to Kylie's luxurious mansion and rang the doorbell. Inside, I could hear music playing loudly, and I began to think no one had heard me ring. After 5 minutes, the door opened. On the threshold, instead of the magnificent Kylie, there was a guy, really muscle man that looked like a security guard.
I mean, duh. You expect Kylie Jenner to answer the door? Kylie Jenner probably doesn't even like wipe her own butt. I wouldn't if I was a billionaire. Do you know how dangerous it is putting these near any kind of moist hole? On that note, I'll stop talking. Let's continue to watch.
He looked down at me and told me to take the pizza into the kitchen. I hadn't even dreamed of getting into Kylie's house, but here I was. This was the door handle she would have touched. That was the floor she would have walked on. And there was the kitchen where she made her sandwiches.
Again, Kylie Jenner definitely does not make her sandwiches.
The whole house was full of people, but none of them paid me any attention. I'd never seen a party as off the hook as this. Everywhere you looked, there were gorgeous girls. But I couldn't see Kylie anywhere. Kylie, I hope you can forgive me, but I just had to.
Something is telling me that he is about to do something that he didn't just have to. That he could have easily turned around and walked away, continuing to not be a criminal. But I'm assuming he did not make a good decision.
My camera in the kitchen.
Oh my, I thought he was just gonna like vibe out there for a little while, like join in on the party. No, straight to unsolicited videotaping her. Buddy, you're going to jail for a minute. And I'm also surprised Kylie Jenner's like team hasn't tried suing this My Story animation channel, probably for putting some ideas into some crazy people's minds.
I was going to learn a lot more about Kylie than her mom and her followers. I made for a hasty exit, but some guy stopped me at the door.
Wait. Before we get to that, why did he just have a micro camera with him? Has he been planning this for like the last 10 years of his life?
I froze. He was about to ask about the camera, wasn't he? But no.
Wait. I don't know how long that lipstick on my chin was there for, but I apologize. It annoys me just as much when I watch the video back and notice it, as I'm sure it annoys you. Feel free to punch me through the screen for being irritating in the form of subscribing and liking. Thank you.
Instead, he asked if I wanted a drink. I was about to say no, but then it struck me. Why not have some fun? It was a fun and crazy night. While I was looking for Kylie, the people at the party were constantly filling up my glass. After a couple of cocktails, I felt a lot more liberated, and I started to show people my talent, voices. I did an amazing Al Pacino. Everyone laughed and asked for an encore, again and again. I was the star of the party. I'm just sorry that Kylie didn't see this. When she entered the room, it was already towards the end of the night. She was so luxurious and so blurry. I only saw her from the back.
I'm pretty sure the back's the only angle you need to see her from.
My legs gave way, and then I don't remember anything. I woke up the next morning with the mother of all hangovers. Strangers asleep all around me. I was afraid to even think what I'd done that night. So I grabbed my jacket and ran home. I was pretty sure she'd be angry that the pizza delivery guy, who wasn't on the guest list, had crashed her party. My head hurt terribly, but I was so happy and so proud of myself. At work, I told all of my colleagues that I'd spent the night at Kylie Jenners house.
I have no words. He's just, dude, you're 21. Go to get a job. I mean, you have a job. Get a better one. I don't know. Stop doing this.
My colleagues laughed and didn't believe me at all. But I had evidence. My video from the kitchen of the star herself. I gathered everyone into our staff room and turned on the recording. I was sure that now everyone would see how amazing Kylie is and would follow all her social media accounts, just like me. In the video, the door to the kitchen opened, and in the frame appeared a fat old man in a towel.
Sorry, did I just fall asleep and wake up in a different story? Like, excuse me?
This was a nightmare. All the other delivery guys laughed at me. And most of all,
oh no,
my ugly boss reveled in the fat man in the towel. Is this the Kylie that you spent the night with? The love of your life, isn't she? Ha ha ha. What an idiot. There's no way you'll work in Hollywood. You'll be delivering pizzas all your life.
To be fair, he's probably got a point. Like, although they shouldn't have taken it that far, the dude was being creepy. I mean...
He burst out laughing and told me how cleverly he had fooled me. It turned out that that wasn't Kylie Jenner's house. This was my boss's idea of a joke. And the fact that I saw her from the back had just been my drunken imagination.
He threw a whole party as a joke. Why is everyone a complete sociopath in this story? Like, there isn't just one regular person.
I'd never felt like such an idiot. I even thought that maybe my boss was right. I'm a terrible actor, and it was becoming pretty clear that me and Kylie were not on the same path. She's a star, a millionaire.
Billionaire.
And I'm just a stupid pizza delivery boy. With a sigh, I put on my jacket, collected another pizza, and went to deliver to another house in the poor part of the city. Suddenly, I found a stack of papers in my jacket pocket. I took them out and froze in shock. They were business cards. The business cards of famous producers. There were names on them that I'm afraid to say. It wasn't for nothing that I was at that party. That same day, I called one of the producers.
I'm so confused as to why famous producers were at a prank party that the boss of a pizza place threw. This very incoherent. I am.
He remembered me and told me that I did some wonderful impressions that night. We carried on talking, and you'll never guess what I have tomorrow. An audition. The producer said it's just a formality, that the real audition of my talents had been at that party. But still, wish me luck.
Good luck, I guess.
I'd likely start as an understudy, but this is the first step of my acting career. Perhaps me and Kylie's paths will cross.
I'd be really worried for her if they did.
I just know they will. Except, do you think I should tell her this story?
Nope.
When it does?
Absolutely not.
Tell me, have you ever dreamt of meeting an actor or a star?
Guys, never meet your idols. I'm serious. They're always very underwhelming. Seriously, even if you love me, you'll meet me in person and you'll be like, actually, you know what? I don't think I give a false reality. I'm just as pessimistic and awkward in real life too, so I guess meet me. Just not in that way. I'm gonna head out now. This made me uncomfortable. Goodbye.